we're high on certain prospects, especially on the offensive line, because they fit what the Vikings want to do on the O-line in the outside zone scheme, right? So looking for more mobile, agile, hostile offensive linemen as opposed to man gap, just mountain of fill load hold men, that sort of deal, right? So that's why when we say we love guys like Ezra Cleveland, we love guys like Josh Jones, it's like, well, the national media guy said this. Well, they're doing generalized big boards for all 32 teams, right? Macro, we're talking micro here. So there we go. So that's also why we love Jonah Jackson. Shimona, a guard from Ohio State. And before we get into the whole, going to replace Pat Elflein with another Ohio State guard, yes, we are. That's right. Because no, he is not a mauler like Nathaniel Moody or Robert Hunt, who we also love, by the way, but also who is. I mean, since Robert Hunt is Larry Allen 2.0. And he's not going to be confused with Quentin Nelson anytime soon. But what he is a phenomenal pass protector and be a perfect fit for the Vikings offensive line. So let's get into him today. Background, 6'3", 306, redshirt senior from Medea, Pennsylvania. Former 3-star recruit as part of Rutgers 2015 class. That's right, played for the Scarlet Knights for a hot second. 4 years there. Earned second team All Big Ten in 2018. Was academic All Big Ten as well as graduated with a degree in criminal justice. So love it when a young man has a good head on his shoulders. Always like checking those boxes. Would fit in with the motif of the Vikings bringing on high character guys, which, so the whole OBJ thing. All right, grad transfer to Ohio State in 2019 instead of declaring for the draft. I think it's a smart move. I think it did propel his draft stock. If he would have came out last year, maybe would have been a late day 3 pick, maybe even undrafted. But going to Ohio State. No. So first off, just having the intestinal fortitude to go, I'm going to go to Ohio State, even though they're bringing in 5-star recruit after 5-star recruit, and I'm going to come in 1 year, 1 shot, 1 at bat, and I'm just going to put it on the table. And he did. He came in, won the left guard spot, and was named first team All Big Ten, third team AP All-American, was PFF's number 12 graded guard in the country, as well as only allowed 1 sack and 10 total pressures on 460 pass blocking reps. So did pretty damn good coming into Ohio State, keeping Justin Fields and clean and whatnot, J.K. Dobbins. And so there you go. Yeah, big part of J.K. Dobbins run for 2K. No big deal, right? Senior Bowl, also, this is important. Practice-wise, he was the best guard there. And so there was some concern about him in one-on-ones against some of these larger defensive interior linemen. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, Jonah Jackson. Yeah, he's not Tito anymore. He's Michael, straight up. Or Janet. Janet's probably a better one. There you go. So Combine, he's not a straight-up physical freak. He's not going to be a Mekhi Becton. He's not going to just explode anytime soon, right? But solid 40, solid bench. Was surprisingly terrible in the agility drills because he does play a lot more nimble on tape, which is actually way more important. But you are going to see some of the national mock sites have him way down because he doesn't check the physical boxes. He doesn't fit specifically what generally what teams want to do, right? So he's not going to be a man zone interior offensive lineman anytime soon. Like, he would be a terrible fit in Baltimore. Like, they ain't going to work, right? But specifically for what the Vikings are doing schematically, it's a bonus. And plus, since he's not a fit for every single team, like he's not everyone's cup of tea, that could be great value for the Vikings as he gets to press down the draft board a little bit. So we mentioned agility-wise, like they don't test for balance, right? But Jonah Jackson is great because he's never leaning, he's never wobbling, and he never ended up on the ground, which is the complete opposite and was the big knock against Ohio State guard Michael Jordan from last year. If you remember him, ended up going to Cincinnati. Is that sometimes even on the interior, we talked about Weeble Wobble, TJ Clemmings from back in the day. The biggest knock against him is that he would lean, he would get off balance, and then that's just the death knell, right? And happens on the interior as well. But Jonah Jackson doesn't have that. He's like one of those things you can't knock over. It's like, wow, I'm trying to think of that. Oh, it's like, those punching bags that just like circle around. We'll put in a graphic. You know what we're talking about. Also, Jackson, great hands, plays with great leverage. It just does not have the brute strength, to body dudes one-on-one. But also, I mean, we've seen that as a recurring motif. We saw that with Garrett Bradbury. There is trade-offs here. It's like, oh, I want a 6'5", 350-pound, mobile, agile, hostile, amazing feet, dancing bear offensive lineman. Cool. I want a unicorn too, man. There's only so many Quentin Nelsons in the world. Get out of here. But, like we said, did show real well in one-on-ones at the combine, or excuse me, at the Senior Bowl during practice. But also, we talked about his pass protection. He's very calm in his pass sets, never blinks at blitzes or twists. It never just seems like he gets tricked, right? It's sort of like, he has been playing for 5 years. He's seen every trick in the book, that whole thing. He's always looking for work, too, which is a big bonus. Plus, also, just angles, approaches, using momentum and leverage, getting across defensive interior lineman's face. It is really impressive. Played left guard at Ohio State, 900 plus snaps last year, but also played center and right guard at Rutgers. So you do like the versatility there. Frankly, just like stylistically, and for one of the reasons why he's getting knocked, like Texas A&M center Eric McCoy. Look at him last year, where not the perfect body type, not always pretty, but always got the job done, and ended up being a second round pick to the Saints. Like, honestly, if some of his things were a little bit more cleaned up and polished, like Bradbury, McCoy might have been the first center off the board, right? But with Jackson, like we said, schematically, he's not everyone's cup of tea. It isn't always pretty, but he does get it done. So, he could potentially fall to be a late day 2 or early day 3 pick, which would be great for the Vikings, frankly. So even in a down interior offensive lineman year, like, he is likely going to fall, as Nathaniel Moody's, as Robert Hunts, as even like guys like Solomon Kinley, Shane Lemieux, Logan Stenberg, all potentially could go ahead of him. So, it'd be a great spot for the Vikings, where, so say Ezra Cleveland's a guy. Maybe they admittedly reach a little bit at 25. Maybe they trade up from 58. I disagree with Kuiper. I don't necessarily see Cleveland being there at 58. I think that his floor is probably top of the second round. So the Vikings either way acquire Ezra Cleveland, left tackle of the future. Then they circle back, double down offensive line, get Jonah Jackson 89 or 105 in the third round. Baby, you got Stu going. That could be the future left side of the Vikings offensive line. So just think of the perfect scheme fit offensive line, where you got Cleveland, where you got Jonah Jackson, you got Garrett Bradbury, you got Drew Samia or Oli Udoh, and then you got Brian O'Neill. Man, the Minnesota Movement Company is back, baby. Let's go. All right, but your thoughts. Jonah Jackson coming out of Ohio State. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us on the Venmo. Plus, give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.